When you can make somebody afraid, you can have complete control over them. And this system, it wants people to be afraid. And right now, they want to make firing us much easier. They want us working for them. But you better not use your senses. You better shut your mouth up and perform. Can y'all believe this? They just changed a 100-year-old system under the Donald Trump administration, and it's called a final rule. And it allows administration to reclassify over 50,000 federal workers so they can fire them much easier. This video ain't about federal workers, but it's about power and control and how this system wants complete control over us. And this is something that we have to pay attention to, because if they feel that way about federal workers, you already know how they feel about us. Now, can this rule be blocked in court? Yes. Is it a guarantee to stand? No. But they have moved it from a proposal to final regulation, which means if nothing stops it, then this could be rolling out in March of 2026. And we're going to keep an eye on it. But let's talk about this power and corruption that we have to deal with within the system. Now, they're trying to change this 100-year-old system so they can fire people at will. Now, they can't legally fire someone based on their political affiliation, because that would be unconstitutional. But they can change policies and procedures to remove people that don't align with their values, because that's the type of spirit that we're dealing with right now. So what this does is it keeps people in bondage because they're not free to think for themselves. You can't talk about your political affiliation on the job. You can't talk about your faith. They only want performers. They want that Pinocchio energy. They want to be pulling you by a string for your paycheck, a string for your pension, a string on your mouth. If you want your job, you're going to perform. Everybody is at work to live so they can survive. But these people are puppeteering. They don't even want you to have a thought. So yeah, federal workers are in the gutter just like we are now. You know, working for the federal government back in the day, people have raised families, getting that federal money. They have purchased homes and nice cars. But now when somebody tell you that they work for the federal government, you look at them like, I'ma pray for you. I know you got to bow your head down and perform. Because, you know, federal workers now, they be working without paychecks when the government shut down. They being restructured, reclassified, fired, laid off. It's a different story now working for the federal government under this spirit that we have. But look, if they can do that to federal workers, you already know how they feel about us. It lets you know their mindset. Let me tell y'all this. There's a doctor, I don't know if you all read about it, but he blocked someone's liver transplant. Now that's life-saving care, but he blocked it. He used his authority as a doctor to block it. Now I don't know why he did it, but he did. Now think about if you were in that situation and somebody used their power to dictate your health care. Let me know if you all ever experienced where someone used their power to harm you. Because it's bad when people have this type of power with no accountability, no buffer, no mentor, just complete absolute power. That's dangerous. And we've seen what absolute power does. Absolute power has destroyed entire tribes, entire groups of people. Absolute power has put people in chains and hung them from trees. It has burned people alive and locked people in concentration camps. This ain't drama, y'all. This is history. We know what absolute power does. We know what wickedness in high places can do, because the mind is the most highest place in a person's body. And once that mind is corrupt, it can break the spirit of whoever it wants. Look, all of us are out here working for a paycheck because we all need to survive. We got kids, we trying to pay our bills, live. But when you got that Pinocchio energy pulling your strings, only want you to perform. And look, we have to be at these jobs 8 to 12 hours a day. And I'm not saying that all jobs are like that, because there are some healthy jobs, some healthy corporations. But let's be honest. Most of these corporations and jobs are corrupt. Perfect example. You know, your job always saying we're supposed to be team members. And in a healthy environment, you may be in a team meeting and you give your opinion and everybody can talk with intelligence and deal with conflict intelligently. And you know, people can speak out without being fearful, without retaliation. But let's be honest, most of the time we work in environments where there's a lot of toxic people at the top. You try to have a team meeting and you give your opinion and you talk with intelligence. You're giving advice that's going to help the team. And it's that person in power that's looking you up and down, judging you. They don't like that you can speak well and that you talk with intelligence, and they are holding grudges and they have power over you. They're watching and they see your ability to have good solutions for the team and they don't like it. So now they feel like they're in competition with you. They don't like your confidence. That's the type of stuff we be working with, y'all, out here on these jobs and these corporations. But remember this, y'all, that wicked spirit has not left this earth. It has just changed forms. It's that spirit that pushes out people when they get a certain age, make them feel like they're no longer useful, makes people drive 130 miles a day, calling it restructuring. Make you pay all these taxes every year because you know you ain't paid enough, and call it policy. They don't want your expertise or your skill. They just want a mind in alliance with them to have their same political view. You in then, and they want you afraid so they can control you. That's a sick system. How long can a country say that their people are free when workers can't even speak out? You're going to be restructured. You're going to be fired. You're going to be laid off if you speak your mind. But you all let me know what you all think about this. Do you all feel like they may start hiring people based off their mindset, how they think, their political affiliation? How does this speak to you all? I would really like to know how you all feel about this. And I just want to appreciate everyone who watches the videos. Everybody that's sharing the videos, I appreciate you so much. And you know what? Happy Black History. But that's all I have, you guys. And I look forward to talking to you all in the comments.